end my comments on public safety. And I really, really appreciate your conversation and the way you framed this. Public safety is, I think, the #1 priority for a lot of folks.
Yeah.
It is something that a lot of people have deep concerns about. It is also one of the issues that is so easily politicized in a way that divides and tears apart communities and neighbors. You are going to see that happen on Wednesday of next week, and I'll come back to that in just a moment. But what I have pushed for, and what I think the vast majority of DC residents want, is to think about this with a both and approach rather than either or. All too often we see what happens with just a radical politicization of this, that you either are in this camp or you're in this camp. The reality is that people are looking for both and solutions. Yes, when you're in crisis, when you're in trouble, you want to be able to have a police officer be able to respond and help solve that problem. And you want that to be constitutional and respectful and follow the law. And you want to be able to invest in communities and people that are at risk. When we talk about public safety, keeping our rec centers open on weekends, that's public safety. Meeting kids where they are, kids who are having trouble after school, kids who need extra resources, need mental health, that's public safety.
Yeah.
Keeping people's homes, keeping a roof over their head and not having to worry about whether or not they're going to be evicted next month and having to face landlord-tenant court, that's public safety. When people are struggling to make sure there's food on the table and make sure they've got a job the next day, make sure they can get where they need to go in our city, that's public safety.
All of it.
All of it.
Yeah.
And so when we just try to break people apart and say it's either this or it's that, we are hurting our communities and we're not being honest with our conversation about it. So I think that is where our public safety conversation has to go. I think that you see the council trying really hard to keep that conversation moving forward. I know that we have allies and partners all throughout the city to help do this.